Hello, everyone. Today I will share with you the powerful story of Moses, God's chosen leader, who rose from a baby in a basket to the man who freed the Israelites from slavery in Egypt. A long time ago, in the land of Egypt, life was hard for the Israelites. They were forced to work as slaves under a cruel king, the Pharaoh. He made them build cities and carry heavy stones every day. But even in their suffering, the Israelite families kept growing in number. Pharaoh became afraid. What if these people become too powerful, he thought. So he gave a terrible order. Every baby boy born to the Israelites must be thrown into the Nile River. It was a dark and scary time, but one brave mother refused to give up on her baby boy. She hid him for 3 months, and when she couldn't hide him anymore, she made a waterproof basket, placed her baby inside, and gently set it afloat down the Nile River, praying for God to protect him. And guess what? God did protect him. The basket floated right into the area where Pharaoh's daughter, the princess, was bathing. She saw the baby, picked him up, and felt love in her heart. "This must be one of the Hebrew babies," she said. But instead of following her father's orders, she decided to raise him as her own. She named him Moses, which means drawn out of the water. Moses grew up in the palace with the best clothes, food, and education. But deep inside, he never forgot who he really was, an Israelite. One day, when Moses was a grown man, he saw something that made his heart burn with anger. He saw an Egyptian beating an Israelite slave. Moses looked around and then acted. He struck the Egyptian and killed him. He thought no one had seen it, but news spread fast. Afraid of what Pharaoh might do, Moses ran far, far away into the desert. There, he started a new life. He got married and became a shepherd, tending sheep for years. And just when Moses thought he would live quietly forever, something incredible happened. One day, as he was watching his sheep on a mountain, he saw a bush on fire, but it wasn't burning up. Curious, he walked closer, and then a voice called out, "Moses! Moses!" It was God speaking from the burning bush. God said, "I have seen the suffering of my people. I am sending you to free them from Pharaoh." Moses was shocked. "Me? But I'm not good with words. I'm just a shepherd." But God said, "I will be with you." So with a pounding heart and faith in God, Moses returned to Egypt. Moses stood before Pharaoh and said the words God had told him, "Let my people go." But Pharaoh just laughed. "No! Why would I set my slaves free?" So God sent plagues, disasters, to show Pharaoh he was serious. The Nile turned to blood. Frogs invaded the land. Then came gnats, flies, sickness, boils, hail, locusts, darkness, and finally, the saddest plague of all, the death of every firstborn in Egypt. Only the Israelites, who had followed God's instructions, were safe. After this, Pharaoh finally gave in. "Go! Leave Egypt!" he shouted. The Israelites packed up quickly and left that very night. After 400 years of slavery, they were finally free. But the story didn't end there. Pharaoh changed his mind and sent his army to chase them down. The Israelites were trapped between Pharaoh's army and the Red Sea. People panicked. "We're going to die." But Moses raised his staff, just like God told him. And something amazing happened. Walls of water rose on each side, and the Israelites walked right through on dry ground. When Pharaoh's army tried to follow, the waters crashed back down. The Israelites were safe. They were free. The people celebrated and sang songs of joy. God had done what seemed impossible. He chose a man who didn't think he was good enough, a runaway shepherd, to lead an entire nation to freedom. And that's what makes this story so powerful. It reminds us that God sees our pain, He hears our cries, and He can use anyone, even someone who feels weak or afraid, to do something incredible. So if you ever feel like you're not smart enough, brave enough, or strong enough, remember Moses. God doesn't call the perfect. He works through the willing. And sometimes, the greatest miracles happen when we step forward in faith. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. See you next time for another Bible story time.